If you do not want to have to go to a government hospital, you need a medical aid. We all know just how difficult it is to choose a medical aid. If you ask for quotes from a number of people, you will get yourself horribly confused. So your first step is to deal with an accredited, independent healthcare broker like myself. I can give you comparable quotes and added service about the schemes and plans. And I know medical aids. I have a dedicated team in the medical aid to help you, always. And it costs the same as going direct. I charge nothing extra for my service. All I need is to process your application. So what do you do when considering joining a medical aid? First, you need to look at your budget. What can you comfortably afford to spend each month? If you can't afford to join a comprehensive plan, then a hospital-only plan or a network plan may be better than nothing at all. Ask your GP or call your local hospital to see what they feel about a certain medical aid. Check the medical aid's solvency record. Can they pay claims on time? The main difference between different medical aids and options within them is the amount of cover provided with regard to specialists and other suppliers while you're in hospital. What type of cover do you want? Remember, the more the benefits and the greater the limits that you want, the higher your premium will be. Look back at last year's medical costs and ask yourself, do you have any hospital costs? How much was spent on day-to-day costs like GP visits, medicines, dentists and chronics? Are there any future medical costs like maternity that you need to prepare for? Are you concerned about your age and needing more age-related treatments? Do you want a comprehensive plan that provides both in and out of hospital cover using any provider that you wish? Could you accept a network plan where you use the scheme's providers? These types of plans should cost less, as most premiums are linked to the income you earn. You get reasonable benefits for a low cost. They really offer emergency and life-sustaining hospitalization with a comprehensive, basic, day-to-day benefit. Hospital plans are often more affordable than a comprehensive medical aid. Can you look at buying a hospital-only plan and pay your own day-to-day costs? This is an option that many members are considering, as it allows you to control your medical costs while ensuring against your greatest medical financial risk. Medical aid has 4 parts that you must investigate: in-hospital benefits, out-of-hospital or day-to-day benefits, chronic medicines, fitness and wellness reward programs. So let's look at the first part, in-hospital cover. This is the most important benefit to consider because this is your area of highest financial risk. It's simply an insurance against something happening in the future. Time in hospital can quickly wipe out all your savings. Your cover must be the best that you can afford. So what should you look for? Well, first, no overall annual in-hospital limit. You don't know how long you may be in hospital or what that cost may be. It's really a risk to join a plan that limits hospitalization, so you need unlimited hospitalization. The second part, how much does the medical aid pay for in-hospital care? Private providers can charge up to 5 times the medical aid rate. How much does this medical aid pay? 1 or 2 or 3 times the scheme rate? How much is your potential shortfall? And then most medical aids ask you for co-payments when you have certain procedures done. What co-payments do you face with these medical aids? Seriously, consider our top-up. It will pay any in-hospital shortfall and any co-payment, as well as offering you a lot of other benefits, and it is really affordable. The third part, do they pay for casualty care? Care where you go to hospital but you're not admitted. And do they cover hospital procedures that can be done in doctor's rooms, like ingrown toenails and varicose veins? Are dangerous or high-contact sports like rugby covered? Is there a specialized dentistry benefit for children, like removing wisdom teeth? And how are diagnostic scopes, like MRIs and gastroscopes, paid? Do they pay them from your savings, or are they paid from the scheme? And is there a co-payment that you need to pay? What annual checkups do you or your family members require, such as mammograms or cholesterol tests and cancer screening? or bone density tests? Does the plan offer preventative treatment benefits? And then the day-to-day. How does the plan pay for costs like GP consultations, dental, medicines and glasses? Do you have a sum of money, called a savings account, from which to pay these costs? Or are there a set number of benefits like GP consultations or set dental treatments stated? The medical savings plan is designed to cover your day-to-day expenses. You have a fixed monthly amount into the savings account. Then the year's amount is credited to you in advance for your medical expenses in that year. There may be some limits as to just what you can spend that money on, like sunglasses. Most balances then roll over to your next year, so that you don't lose your savings. Some more expensive plans have a safety net, where, if your savings are used and your claims have added up to a certain amount, they pay certain day-to-day costs for the rest of that year. This is known as threshold cover. Some plans pay for network GP visits when your savings are used up anyway, so you never really have to worry. Plans can offer benefits and limits for defined treatments, like 2 tooth fillings or 4 GP consultations per year. I offer an excellent product called the Health Card to help you save for day-to-day costs. It's a debit card, so whatever you save in it is available for medical costs only. You can save from R100 a month. You can withdraw your money at the end of the year and spend it as you wish. This is one of the few ways that you can control your medical aid day-to-day costs. Medical aids must cover the 26 prescribed minimum benefit conditions. Each plan, however, has a list of medicines called a formulary. If your medicine's on the list, it is paid for. If it's not, you may have to use one that is on the list. If you cannot do that, some schemes will pay an amount for the listed medicine and you might have to pay the balance. Must you make sure and use a specific provider in order to get these chronic medications? The more comprehensive and expensive the plan, the better your chronic cover is. So you need to decide whether a better chronic benefit plan and pay a higher premium, or you would take a lower plan and pay some chronics yourself. All schemes can add waiting periods, and they will advise you after they have underwritten your application. Most schemes offer a lifestyle or rewards program, because the more you use, say, discounted gym benefits or healthy foods, the healthier you become and the less you will claim from the scheme. But they do cost extra. The more you use those programs, the higher your discount rewards on nutrition and leisure, airlines, products like Adidas, so on and so forth. Consider using a network of providers. These plans cost less and offer good hospital and unlimited basic day-to-day care. They have income-related premiums, and they can be about half the cost of a normal comprehensive medical aid. You need to understand what your plan pays from risk and what it pays from your savings. You need to know how they pay GP and day clinics, how they pay diagnostic scans, both in and out of hospital. You need to know what preventative screening benefits they pay for. Late joiner penalties are imposed by law. Anyone older than 35 needs to prove prior medical aid membership of a South African medical aid to reduce or waive that penalty. As you delay joining and get older, these penalties only get worse. Always make sure that you understand the rules of your medical aid. For what is not paid is as important as what is paid. Remember, it's a medical aid, not a medical paid. Use me. It costs you nothing extra, and I can assure you it will make your medical aid buying experience a pleasure. If you're interested, please go to my webpage www.peterpyburn.co.za/medical_aid.html.